Hey, Dan here, and if you are an ENFP and a freelancer, coach, or consultant, or aspiring to be one, then stick around because this video is for you. Now, on the surface, working for yourself in a service capacity, whether that's coaching or doing some kind of a freelance like design or writing service, it's the perfect profession or business, whatever we want to call it, for an ENFP. You have freedom, you're helping people, you're independent. You don't also have to manage and control lots of other people, like if you had a restaurant or a warehouse or something like that. So it should be a really good fit, yet so many ENFPs struggle when they start working for themselves, and then they go back to some kind of job, and then after a few months or a few weeks, they're like, I hate this, I want to work for myself again. And they go back, and the cycle continues. I want to share some of my best tips for ENFPs to actually succeed when freelancing so that they can keep at it and not have to go back to that dreaded job. Number one, use your people skills. You're good with people, so use that, work that into what you're doing. Now, this doesn't just have to be a people service. So yes, if you become, say, a coach, then obviously you're using your empathy, your connection with people, your intuition as a people skill directly with the service you're providing. But I was a freelance writer, and I was also traveling, so I was living all over the world, not where my clients were, and I managed to use my people skills in how I did business. And in my case, the way I did that, I had to get a little bit creative, but I worked it into my writing process. So where a lot of writers might send their clients like an intake form to survey the information about the business, I would get on a call with them, I would interview them, and I built that into my process. So with every client, I was spending maybe an hour to 5 hours speaking with, and that helped deepen our relationship, and it also helped me not go crazy working for myself. If I was just like reading intake forms and then writing for myself, that would not work very well with my ENFP nature. And so I worked people into the business and how I did it, and then that gave me more fulfillment with it, and also allowed me to do my job better and ultimately get paid more because of that. Number two, you want to work with high-paying clients. Okay, I get it. You're like, yeah, Dan, I like people who pay well. Thanks for your awesome tip. But really, it is a bit of a choice when you're offering a service, the kind of people you want to work with. And I love my dating examples, and so I'm going to share one here. You have two types of guys, really. You have probably a dozen types of guys, but two I'm going to highlight here. One is the guy who plays it cool and every so often has a girlfriend who all the other guys are like, wow, your girlfriend is amazing. How did you get her? And then there's the other guys who go to the bar and just, hey, want to go out? Hey, want to have sex? Hey, want to have sex? Hey, want to have sex? Until eventually someone says yes, and then they repeat the process every week or so. And yes, the guy who's going around the bar, hitting on everything he sees, maybe he would say, yeah, of course I want this amazing girlfriend who's like really intelligent and beautiful and great to get along with, but I gotta eat, right? But the reason perhaps he's not getting that perfect girlfriend is because she sees him across the bar hitting on everything and then decides that's not the kind of person I want to do business with. And the same thing can happen with freelancing. If you are taking desperately underpaid jobs, you're working with clients that stress you out, that you don't like, you're ultimately saying no to the high-paying clients because you're going to be too stressed or too busy to actually work with those clients, or the really high-paying clients will be turned off because you're actually charging too little, or they hear from someone else like, yeah, this guy worked for $50 or something like that, and then they're probably not going to be too keen to work with you. So believe it or not, there's a very different approach to working with more higher paid clients than just working with anyone who will pay you. And it all starts with your approach. So you got to do that differently. Number three, if you are an ENFP, I can almost guarantee that you have a need for variety, right? You need things to be exciting, to be new, to be different. That's awesome. Like my whole life is built on that, living in different countries and taking on all kinds of business challenges. But that is the key. You want to channel that need for variety into challenges. So challenges, not chaos. As a young ENFP entrepreneur, I found myself often creating chaos because I needed that excitement. So I would let clients get behind. I'd be late on a deadline or something, and then it would be tough, and then exciting, and then whatever. Ultimately, it sucked for business. So rather than trying to unconsciously, obviously, but unconsciously create chaos for yourself by maybe getting overwhelmed or doing client work late or things like that. Create it by taking on really challenging projects. Finding clients where it's going to be tough, where they have high standards, and you're going to challenge yourself and get that excitement in a really positive way. As a plan B, get your variety through skydiving or travel or something else, just not getting it from chaos with your clients. A good way to keep things running smooth, and let's call this tip number 4, is creating a structure and having some kind of, I would say routine and structure are really important, because ultimately when you have some structure, that actually allows you to have a lot more creativity and a lot more freedom. And I know as ENFPs, we hate being told like what we have to do and rules and structure. But trust me, when you have some structure, you end up feeling a lot more free, getting more done, your clients are happier, they pay you more, then you can go do more stuff with that money they gave you, and ultimately you have more freedom. So it works out. It's a good way to do it. My last tip here, tip number 5, is don't work with assholes. Probably you have a pretty good sense of morality and what is right and wrong. And one of the struggles when you start off freelancing is you have different kinds of people who come to you. And you might have someone coming to you who has a business that's really not aligned with what you believe in, what you want to do. Could be anything, right? Depending on what your belief systems are. I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but you have your beliefs and your morals. And I think it's really important to be aligned with that. With my coaching, with my training work, I try to do the same thing. Like if someone comes to me and they say like, yeah, I want to make money like selling crap to old people who don't understand what they're doing, I'm not going to work with them to help them do that better, because it's going to kill my soul and kill my motivation. As ENFPs, we can be unstoppable when we are focused, when we're on the right track, and when we believe in what we're doing. That's so important, the belief in what we're doing. So if you believe in your clients and their work, your ability to help them will go through the roof. If you work with assholes, you're not going to want to help them, and it's going to be a really bad cycle. So I hope you found that helpful. It's only taken me about a decade of my own trials and failures, coaching a lot of ENFPs, a lot of freelancers, and helping out coaches with their business. Only about a decade of that to figure that out. If you are a freelancer or a coach, or you're thinking that's the route you want to go down, I want to invite you to check out my program called the Free Freelancer. It is for freelancers, coaches, consultants who want more freedom. It might be location independent. If you want to travel the world and live all over the place like I have, awesome, welcome. But if you just want to be working from home or spend more time with your family and that, we have lots of members who are in the program for that reason. They just want more freedom, more independence, and more control of their life. The program is done completely live, so there's a group of about 15 to 20 of us, maybe 10 of us on each call. We get on these live calls together, and each week there's training, coaching, ongoing support to help you grow your business and overcome a lot of the hurdles that come up and cause freelancers to quit, go back to their job, or just struggle along not earning enough money, not earning nearly the money they deserve to be making. So if you want to check that out, there will be a link here. You'll see it on the page. You're a smart person, I'm pretty sure. You can figure out how to click the link and check it out. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, do be sure to subscribe. I do a lot of videos for ENFPs as well as for freelancers and people who just want more freedom in their life as well. You're still hanging out with me here. I thought I made like a good point there, Freelancing, own business, travel the world, click the link, and yet here we are, still hanging out here. Listen, I got all day. I was supposed to have a call with one of my clients in about 20 minutes, but she needed to reschedule till Monday. So I got time. If you're here, I'm here. Yeah. In Prague right now. Country, see on the map over there. And it's nice. It's very hot outside. I've got one coaching consultation in about an hour and a half. And then I'm going to meet my friend Simon, who's a little YouTube celebrity, maybe a big YouTube celebrity. At least he thinks he is. Going to meet him for some wine at the square by the church. And then maybe do a bit more work. I've got a busy day because I have some friends staying with me over the weekend. And, I want to get things ready. This Free Freelancer, this is like, I'm just making this and then I'm going to be promoting it for the next week, and that's how we get the 15 or so people in the program that make up that group. So there's a lot of pressure on me to, have people join the program, because if no one joins, we don't have a group and all that. Really not worried. I think we already have 5 people signed up before I've made it public, just people who have known about the program through like referrals and stuff. So not too worried, but I do have a lot of work to do before my friends get into town. Yeah, okay. You know what? I said I would outlast you, but this is getting ridiculous. So congrats, you beat me. Great. Now, before I go, I do need to share. Aside from, the freedom, I went for a run an hour ago. I'm going to go, drink some wine in the square, living wherever you want. All those benefits of working for yourself are great. But the number one benefit working for yourself, no obligatory pants rules. Can't argue with that.